So we recently discussed how Democrats doubled down on the dead wrong strategy of getting closer with the blue dogs. So blue dogs are admittedly right-leaning Democrats from red states, and they got wiped out in 2010. So they suck at winning elections because they're Republican light, and people would rather pick a Republican than Republican light. So naturally, the Democrats are now saying, that's our ticket to winning, going more in the wrong direction. So we just discussed that story before. Now I have another story for you about how Democrats are trying anything and everything that's a gimmick to win elections. And the last thing they want to do is snub their corporate donors and actually push populist left policies. They're trying to do everything to avoid that. So what's the new gimmick that they're doing? We'll take a look at this. This is from the Daily Beast. They say Democrats pin their hopes on war heroes. Interesting. Seth Moulton is a former Marine Corps officer, and he's taken the lead in recruiting veterans to run for Congress as Democrats, formally endorsing a dozen so far of the estimated 30 such candidates party officials expect to be on ballots in November in Republican-held districts. Fundamentally, this is about getting service-drawn people into Congress, people who will put country first, Moulton told the Daily Beast. When you meet these candidates, you will be blown away by the qualities of leadership. The emphasis on recruiting veterans echoes the Democrats' playbook from 2006, crafted by then Illinois Representative Rahm Emanuel. Democrats picked up 31 seats that year, enough to win the majority. Side note, then they got wiped out in 2010. Funny how they leave that out. Rahm looked at what are some of the traditional weaknesses where Democrats lose swing districts. The perception that they're too liberal or soft on defense, and recruited a decent number of moderates. That was his recipe, and it worked extremely well, says Charlie Cook, founder of the venerable Cook Political Report. You want somebody who reflects the values of voters in that district. These guys are unbelievable. That last part is true. Yeah, you want somebody who reflects the values of voters in that district. Guess what voters want in that district and every district? Free healthcare, free college, living wage, and to end the wars. These guys still think that there's a perception of the Democrats as weak. Obama did 7 interventions. He did a drone war that killed 90% the wrong people. He said he'd get us out of the wars, then he kept us in the wars. On what fucking planet do you look at that and go, you know what, Democrats, we're too weak? What does that even mean, we're too weak? We need to be more in favor of imperialism and Guantanamo Bay and torture and random wars and drone strikes. Guys, they're doing every gimmick under the sun to try to win. This is just a gimmick. You're going to vote for the Republican? Well, look at what I have here. Is that a war hero? Is that somebody who was in the military? They're treating the voters like they're dogs. Like, you're going to have a Pavlovian response, right? And go, I can't help it, a military guy. They don't even... Did you notice something about what you just saw there in the Daily Beast article? Did they mention anything about policy? Was there anything about policy? No. The best you got was they have qualities of leadership. What does that even mean? The leadership. So what, they speak in a bold way, they're confident, but what are they fucking advocating for? You vapid, vacuous, soulless pricks? They don't care. They don't care about what they're pushing for. It's more about we just need Democrats to win. And then what? Well, our Democrats won, but now all of them support more wars and torture. So then what was the point of the Democrats winning? To have the same policies that the Republicans implemented? Is that the point? Well, then why the fuck are you in politics? If we're going to get the same goddamn outcome, what does it matter if it's a Democrat or Republican in there? If it's the same at the end of the day in terms of the policies they push for. And again, it was so successful in 2006. And then in 2010, the Democrats got wiped off the fucking map. Under Obama, today in the 2016 election, Democrats under Obama lost over 1,000 seats. Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump. She lost to the biggest joke candidate in history. And they're saying, let's try more gimmicks. Let's cuddle up to the blue dogs and let's run people who were in the military because that'll work, even though it fucking failed after 2006. People went, they didn't give us what we wanted. Let's wipe them out. People want things that improve their lives because they're human beings. They're just trying to trick you into pulling the lever for a Democrat. That's it. Hey, we got one in there, but they don't agree with anything that's a populist left policy. Well, then what the fuck is the point? I mean, this really is just a sick joke. And this is why you should be done donating to the DNC and to the DCCC. Because look at what they're doing. This is like a joke. JusticeDemocrats.com/fight. Our candidates are unapologetically in favor of Medicare for all, free college, living wage, ending the wars, ending the drug war. I mean, the things that people actually want. If somebody's a veteran and they're for good policies, great, I'll support them. But if they're not a veteran and they support those policies, I'll support them too. Being a veteran or not is not operative in the decision-making. It's what are you going to do for the people? You know where this is coming from, why the Democrats are doing this. Because there's this third rail in American politics. If it's somebody who is in the military, you're not allowed to disagree with them. They try this all the time when it comes to literally escalating wars. Well, General Kelly says that he thinks it's a good idea to escalate. And then what does the media do? Disarm. You can't critique him. He's a general, so he must know what's right. Except throughout history, the generals have repeatedly said, let's escalate wars when it made no sense. In Vietnam, generals kept telling Lyndon Johnson, gotta escalate, gotta escalate, gotta escalate. At the end of the day, we had nothing to show for it. Millions of innocent civilians in Vietnam, napalm, Agent Orange on innocent villages. And we just need more troops and everything will work out. But it didn't fucking work out. So why would you just disarm? Oh, the general said it's somebody in the military. Oh, they're a veteran. I guess I'm not allowed to disagree with them. Of course you are. Of course you are. This is pathetic, man. The Democrats are a sick joke. You have to get Justice Democrats elected because that's the only way to save the country and get the right policies implemented.